Hey everyone, welcome to week 4 of the 40 Days of Prayer, Helps for Host video. My name is Will Guzman, and I serve as the Associate Pastor for Saddleback en Español.
And I'm Julie Chung, serving as the Director of Workplace Ministry at the Lake Forest campus. Can you believe we're at week 4? We're already over halfway done with the series. By now, I'm sure you're picking up why we're so passionate about small groups, and I hope you've been able to see a glimpse of the work God is doing in the lives of your group members.
This week, we'll be finishing our second week on the pattern of prayer. And the key verse is, "Not to us, O Lord, not to us, but your name be the glory, because of your love and faithfulness." While the first half of the Lord's Prayer is about praising God and asking for provision, the second half gets even more personal. This week, the discussion is about asking for forgiveness, giving forgiveness to others, and asking for God's help with temptation, finishing up with celebrating God's victory over it all. As you can imagine, this could be an amazing opportunity for the people to be honest and transparent, letting go of the things that have chained them down for decades. Maybe you need to experience this freedom through your own prayers this week.
That's right. Jesus said he came to proclaim freedom to prisoners, give sight to the blind, and set the oppressed free. If we depend on him, Jesus frees us from the prisons of the past sin and unforgiveness that holds us down, from the temptations that blind us, and the habits that oppress us. My prayer is that you and your group members can experience God's freedom this week. The fact is, the more open and vulnerable you are with God about your sins and temptations, the freer you will be. If your honesty and openness with God helps to set us free, this should beg the question, how can I cultivate an environment of honesty and openness in my group?
Well, here are a few tips. Number 1, subgroup. Consider breaking into smaller gender-based groups for part of the discussion and prayer. This can help facilitate a place for people to feel more comfortable, to open up about the need for forgiveness in their lives, or ask for help in handing temptations over to God. It's often easier with just guys or just girls.
That's right. Number 2, don't be afraid to be quiet. If there's a long pause after a question, don't feel the need to jump in and fill the space. Just sit and wait. Even if it's awkward, sometimes people just need time to think, and sometimes a moment is all that's needed to muster the bravery to share.
And 3, lead the way. Whether you feel it or not, you are the primary tone setter for your group. If you model what it looks like to share courageously and with trust, the rest of your group will follow. A leader leads by example.
That's right. As people wrestle with forgiveness and temptation, be sure to recommend the prayer of forgiveness and the 7 steps to escape temptation tools at the back of your study guide. Like last week, we want to remind you that it isn't your job to be a therapist or a counselor. If someone is having a hard time and opens up a deep wound, the best thing your group can do is listen, empathize, then pray. For those you sense could use specific ongoing support, we have Celebrate Recovery and support groups that meet every night of the week. These are judgment-free, loving communities focused on handing over to God our hurts, habits, and hang-ups. Just reach out to your community leader or small group pastor for information to pass that along.
Now, with just a couple of weeks left, it is really important that this week, before you leave, to continue the discussion about the next steps as a group. Even if everyone's not able to continue the group after these 40 days, it is always great to give the option. Even if you are not able to continue on, that doesn't mean that the group has to stop. Don't let schedule, location issues, or anything else stand in the way of what God is already doing. We have solutions and want to help. Your community leader and small group pastor are ready to answer any questions you may have, and we'll have plenty of recommendations to help your group continue on.
Well, that's it for this week. I hope you have a wonderful conversation tonight. We'll see you next week.